I'm a taxi driver. The other night I had a passenger I will never forget. Distracted by our conversation, it took me a while to realize that we were driving down roads I'd never seen before. Driving in between multi-story buildings without any lights on. Well, it was the middle of the night but still. And it felt incredibly strange not to recognize my surroundings. I'm a taxi driver, I always felt like I knew the whole city. Well, something must have happened down that road of yours to end up in the biggest city in Germany then, Julius interrupted my thoughts. I laughed. I'm here because of my family. The village life with chickens isn't for them, I said, surprising myself. I never open up to strangers. No, I never open up to people at all. Oh. Julius called out as he leaned back a little. You're a family man, of course, you are a family man. And we do everything for our family, right? The way he said those words made me feel a little odd for a second, but I shrugged it off. Always. Julius smiled. We interrupted our conversation as we'd arrived at Julius' first destination. A small kiosk where he needed to drop off his mysterious package. I'll be back in a second, wait here. He looked at me with a surprisingly intimidating look. If you don't know what a kiosk looks like, it's basically a tiny corner shop. The windows are filled with beer crates and bottles so you can't see inside too well. I have no idea what happened when Julius was in there, only that after a few minutes all the lights inside the shop suddenly turned off. That little shop that was the only source of light on this dark street anyway now almost disappeared in front of my eyes. I had weirdly trusted this stranger because everything seemed so fine and I'd felt so comfortable. But after he left the car, I got this odd feeling inside. A new sense of paranoia mixed with a rush of anxiety. Something inside of me was shouting to get the hell away. I looked for my phone but couldn't find it quickly enough. Impulsively, I set my foot on the gas and got ready to leave, but before I could, the back door of my car opened. Julius jumped back inside, with the same friendly smile through those familiar eyes. Except now he wasn't sitting next to me but behind me. Where to now, my friend? I nervously asked, hoping he didn't realize that I was just about to take off. I don't know why I didn't simply tell him to fuck off. For some reason, I couldn't find any courage. I'm glad you called me that. I'd like for us two to be friends, Dill. He took a deep breath. Just follow the street for now. I started driving, again following the streets as my passenger instructed me. Finally, I felt like I recognized the area again. We were back in Neukölln. Dill, my friend. Let's get back to our family conversation. Do you get along well with your son? I stayed silent for a moment. We used to be closer. Teenagers aren't always easy to deal with, I laughed. Oh yes, teenagers. Things are much better with your daughter, I assume? We were driving down a quiet neighborhood again, with few lights, and I had to really focus on the street. Used to. My daughter, well,